Our next guest says that disability is the ability to find your talent and inspire others. We welcome to Afternoon Live U.S. and Australian Open boys wheelchair tennis champion Charlie Cooper. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
How cool is it to hear those championships and your title? Because you're only are you 17 years old?
Yeah, 17.
You've done quite a bit in your young life.
Yeah, it's a dream, until 9 years old, I never knew I could play competitive sports. So finding wheelchair tennis, it's just amazing, and it's a blessing from God that I'm able to compete in the biggest stages. So I never would have dreamed this for me, and my parents wouldn't have dreamed it either, but it's just amazing.
Tell me about how you found the sport, because you were interested in music as a young kid, and you kind of happened into this tennis world.
Yeah, so I'm a big guitar and piano player, and one day at 9 years old, I was at a guitar shop where I met a kid with spina bifida, which is a disability I was born with. And he told me and my mom about a wheelchair tennis clinic at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden out here in the Palm Springs area. And I tried it out that Friday, first time being in a wheelchair and holding a tennis racket, and I kept playing since then.
That's pretty amazing, because it wasn't that long ago, but you probably feel like you've had a racket in your hand your entire life at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's about 8 years ago, so it feels like it's all I've known my whole life. And it's really helped me find my identity as a kid with a disability. As before tennis, I stayed in my house a lot. I wasn't able to compete in basketball or teams with my stand-up friends, and I was blessed to be able to walk with leg braces. So I tried to participate in PE and do walkathon fundraisers for my school. So I tried to do anything I could to fit in, and this was the thing that I wanted to do, was be a professional athlete. So finding wheelchair tennis was that difference for me, and now my goal now is to inspire those younger kids who don't know what their identity is, don't know what their purpose is. And like many kids, we always want to be an NBA player, NFL player, and here it is, wheelchair tennis, competing at the U.S. Open, Australian Open, and it's just a blessing, and it's my life now.
Well, how incredible is it to perform on those world stages? Because the wheelchair events, especially for youth, haven't been really part of those major Grand Slams for that many years, right?
Yeah. So 3 years ago was the first ever U.S. Open junior event, and I had the honor of playing in it. And, I lost early rounds to the big dogs then, but it was always my dream since that one to win one of those Grand Slams. So going in this last year with my coaches, all the experience I've had, even my urologist since when I was a kid showed up, and I had my family there, and winning that match point to win the U.S. Open was just one of the best feelings I've ever felt. And I had a talk with my mom that night, and she asked me, would I rather not have a disability and be an average, kid, or have a disability and win a Grand Slam? And that was where my identity changed, and what I've always wanted not to have a disability, that's where it changed. And I said, Mom, I'd rather have this disability.
That's pretty remarkable perspective for somebody your age especially. Well, and I imagine being in the Palm Springs area, it is kind of its own tennis mecca too, right? It must be so fun to play with people all the time.
Yeah, there's tons of players out there. I play at a club called Silver Sands, where my coach, who I've worked with for the last 8 years, we train every day there. And yeah, many people come out and watch, and we have the BNP Paribas Open actually taking place right now. So hopefully this next year we'll have a wheelchair event for the first time, which would be huge. And hopefully I could have, my home fans come out, and, anyone that, wants to be inspired, and goal is to get this out to, greater audiences and kids around the world. So it'll be amazing once that happens.
Absolutely. Tell me what the process is like for you gearing up to get onto the court, and what your chair is like. I mean, there's some pretty cool technology involved.
Yeah, so each chair is built custom made for, every athlete in this game. And mine's made out of carbon fiber, as you can see in this picture, and it's very light. And it has, have to strap in your feet, strap in your knees, and try to make sure that you're one with the chair. As if I do a move with my right hand, then my chair will go that way. And if I serve the ball, the chair will be moving with me and not holding me back. So there's lots of technology in the game, and it's evolved so much over the years. And it's almost like, Mercedes in a way.
What are your future goals right now? What are things you're looking forward to? I think there's something coming up maybe in 2028 that you're looking forward to.
Yes, the 2028 Paralympics in Los Angeles. That's going to be my biggest dream, as I'm from California, so it all seems like it's just a miracle building up, and I never would have known growing up, and it seems like it's all falling into place. Now I'll be around 20 years old, and you're competing for the biggest thing in any sport, a gold medal. And so I can't wait to, build up the platform, and I think that's a big opportunity for us, athletes with disabilities, to inspire those players that there's more to life than disability. And like I say, it's just an ability to find your true talents and inspire others. And I think if we keep doing that over the next generations, disability will be seen differently. And it's not just something that holds you back, but a new opportunity.
Well, we just love chatting with you so much today. We wish you all the best in your career in the future, and thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Of course, if you'd like to keep up with all of Charlie's latest achievements, just head to our website at katu.com and we will link you. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this. First, here is the latest must-have gadget from Ellie King.